Hey, this is, you know who it is, Lorena. And if you don't, hi, I'm Lorena. Lorena. Oops, sorry. Today, we're gonna work on another semi-custom quilt. It's not custom in any way. It's custom because I'm gonna plot the stuff down, but that computer is doing all the work. I just spent 6 hours cleaning the back of a custom quilt that I did. I've never had a quilt make me feel so overwhelmed. She's beautiful though. She's beautiful. I'm tired. I am working on a subscriber's quilt, so that's what we're gonna be doing. And it's a beautiful quilt. We're gonna move you here. We're gonna move you here. This is what we're gonna put on this quilt. This is called Moulin Rouge. I believe I got it on Urban Elements. I'm so hoping I have enough back fabric. I measured it vertically and horizontally. Just pray for me to have enough back fabric, because that's gonna be horrible if I don't. So I'm gonna be very mindful on how I place this quilt to the machine. I got my batting. The lady who I'm doing this quilt for is so sweet. You subscribers are the best, or viewers, subscribers. I'm really desperate to finish this quilt because I am going to the Houston Quilt Show and I want to get her done and then I need to bind her and ship her. Pressure. So I am quilting this top area with these beautiful feathers. I am using a really pretty variegated thread. And I have not stitched in these areas because I want to see how it will look without the stitching, meaning locking the quilt in. This is how beautiful this quilt is. I am plotting exactly where everything's going to be. The pressure is on. I wanted to have her worked on last week, but I was working on a custom quilt, and that custom quilt took every single strength I had to finish. So yeah. So this is where we're at. Look how pretty she is. She's beautiful. This subscriber, I called her and told her that I was gonna delay her quilt for a week, because I told her I was working on a custom quilt. I don't know if I'll have that video up soon or not, because anyway. So I told her it's gonna delay, and she goes, "Are you gonna do a dance when you finish that quilt?" So here it is, Linda. I gotta work. Hold on, gotta go. If you say we believe it, if you say we believe it, if you say we believe it. Okay. I don't know what it is with my hair. Good morning. Well, it's not morning. Good afternoon. Proper. I'm up here again. It's another work day. I'm working on this quilt. I am custom quilting it in where I'm putting these beautiful feathered, colored, beautiful, elegant quilting on each square. I was gonna quilt the black and put something on it, but I think I'm gonna just live its own life. So I'm coming up here to work. I'm going on a trip, and I want to finish this as much as I possibly can so that I could trim it and start binding it, because this client asked me to put the binding on it. I don't like binding as much as I should, but I'm getting good at it, so it's not that bad. Sometimes it's just the fact that you're not good at something and that's why you don't like it, but as you keep doing it, you get better. So today is this day. I have quilted about half of it. It takes 2 bobbins per row because of the quilting detail. It is so... And so that's what we're going to be doing. One of my major concerns about this quilt is if I had enough back fabric. And right now I'm checking it. I literally butted up the top of the quilt to the very top I could go put it on. Beautifully made. Look how nice and straight and across it is. You can measure the line here and you can measure the line down there. I'm trying to make sure that the lines are straight here and that the lines are straight on the horizontal. This is what I was gonna quilt on it, but I feel like it will not add to the quilt. What I hit to do the plotting points, I hit this square, and then on the bottom it says click boundaries, and turn you so you can see how I click boundaries. So once you plot, you can't move the quilt at all or the design will move from its plotting. So I plot 1 point, 2, 3, 4, stop, and then I do it again for the next one. 2, 3, 4, stop. And when you hit stop, it creates this square. Like it'll create a square for you. And then what you do is you hit your design and then you move your design within that square that it's located at. And so what I did is I plotted all 5 squares. I think this is the easiest way to do. And then you could resize the design to fit the square because no piecing is the same. And so sometimes you have to increase, like right here I could increase it a little bit. To the design on the computer to what I'm quilting. And so it's going to quilt all the way across. I'm also going to increase my speed, and on mine it's this button. And you could hear it even moving quicker. See how it shifted on me? Once you mark, if you even move it, it could shift out of line. Here's the border. I tried to get the design as high as I could and trying to be mindful of the seam. So this is what it looks like. You could see, I don't know about the bottom, but the quilting is so beautiful. The border. I don't know if I should stabilize it. Good afternoon. I just came back from a trip. I went to the Houston Quilt Show, and so I have to finish a job so I could ship it this coming week. And so today is Saturday and I'm trying to get her done. I tried to get her done before I went to the trip so I could do the binding and be binding while I was on the trip. But since I've been doing custom quilts and been busy trying to catch up with work, I just needed a personal timeout. So we're gonna turn this beautiful quilt around and I just need to do 2 more borders and I'm completed. I will complete the quilt. And then I'm gonna probably trim her because she has all this excess material right here, and then turn it around. I've already made the binding. I can't wait to use my new thimble. Yes, that's a thing for me, okay? Here we go. And put it back on the leaders. And I'm trying to make sure that it just quilts very lovely. Hey, this is Editing Lorena. This is like a week or two after I've done this quilt, and it's not with me no more, but I wanted to share some of the things that happened after I took it off the long arm. I did quilt the borders all the way around, but I noticed, and I'm going to post pictures of where the black and that purple border kind of connected. There seemed to be some puddling. I don't know if it was because I was pulling so much tension on the quilt, and that when the tension's not there, all of a sudden the fabric starts to puddle because there's nothing, you know, pulling it, or the fact that maybe I didn't pull the fabric enough to keep it from puddling. Now, it didn't puddle everywhere, but there was some sections on the border where it did do that. What I did is I went ahead and ironed, and then here on my Juki 210Q, I went ahead and sewed a border on the black outside border, and I used this quilting foot, which is a lifesaver because it grabbed that fullness. And when I ironed it, I flattened that area out where you see the puddling, and then I quilted all the way around. I sewed a 1/4 inch seam all the way around on one end, and I did that on the opposite end. So I just want to come up here and share a problem that I saw, and I shared it with my client, and I also told her how I was going to resolve it, and it worked. I really do hope you like this video. I appreciate you watching, and hopefully I'll be editing more. I'll see you soon.